What's up, everybody? This is Huggin the Road, and I'm with my friend Bob Haynes here. We're gonna do a rundown of his 57 Corvette. So Bob, what can you tell us about this 57 Corvette that you stumbled on?
Well, fortunately, I'm the second owner for this 57. I bought it from a friend of mine, California. We're down in San Clemente area. He bought it fairly new. It had 200 miles on it when he picked it up.
And what'd you say this paint color was on this 57 here?
The original paint color on this 57 is called Aztec Copper. And what I've done is when we repainted it, I've added a little bit of gold pearl into it. And as the sun comes out, the shadows come out, the copper are actually changed colors. But it's an original color, just gold pearl included in it this time.
Wow. So would you say it's kind of more, you kind of get a little more of that 50s in there, like that kind of that 50s theme as you're going?
Yeah, we wanted to make it retro 50s and not really radically change it. So this car is pretty much original, and it's had a few modifications. It's not a number smashing car. So the engine tranny's been changed. It's got the original fuel injection, mechanical fuel injection.
And you said that 57 was the first year that Corvette fuel injected their cars, right?
57 is the first year for fuel injection. And this one, because it wasn't original, to make it easier for my wife to drive, we changed the old front end out of it, basically a 53 Chevy front end, and put Jim Meyer's rack and pinion with coilover suspension, disc brakes, manual rack, and it drives and steers somewhere between manual steering and power steering, so it's real easy on my wife to use it.
Nice, good highway driver, good streetable car. I mean, obviously here in Havasu, I mean, it's the perfect day for it. It's not too hot for it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you say we check out under the hood?
You betcha.
All right, fuel injected right there. And what size did you say was under that one?
This one originally came with a 260 or 283 Chevy with a manual 3-speed from the factory. Currently, and original fuel injection. Currently, it has a 327 4-speed. The original fuel injection off the 57 motor is now on it. The engine and transmission came out of a donor 1963 Corvette. When they first came out, a lot of hot rod guys and a lot of owners were not too interested in fuel injection. Had a hard time tuning the car, keeping the fuel injection going. So what they did, they pulled it off, and usually they put dual quads on it. And the fuel injection units went onto the shelf. Currently, if you were to find an original fuel injection unit, it would cost you about $35,000.
Oh yeah, that paint's just perfect.
Inside, the neat thing about this car, when they ordered from the factory, it was radio delete, so there's no radio in the car at all. And the hardtop was delete, so this car has or soft top was delete. This car has hardtop only. That's why you don't see the latches under the rear section on the lid. And usually in the wintertime, I've got the top off. We just put it on in the summer when it starts to get hot out here.
And winter down here is a lot different from winter in other places.
Yeah.
But another good thing about that ragtop delete, you probably don't get that that little hard mark that usually those tops leave on the trunk.
No, that's correct. And what I've done is I've on this particular one, I used a what they call invisible bra. So if you were to look closely when the top is off, you'd actually see it. But there's an invisible bra that covers this whole rear section of the lid that comes up, so that when the hardtop is on there and it's shaking like they all do down the road, you won't get the black spots or the streaks or grind the paint up.
Oh yeah, giant steering wheel.
Well, the original steering wheel was bigger. They came with a 17, 18-inch steering wheel. That's a 14-inch because as you get older and you're taller, you can't get your knees under the steering wheel getting in and out of the car. it's straight through. It's dual exhaust all set up there. This car usually comes with a crossover pipe underneath the engine, but we took it out and it's straight back, so it'll good. You get a little baffling back here when you're running at speed, just because it doesn't equalize both exhaust pipes. Other than that, it's strong.
I can only imagine this thing flying down the highway.
Yeah, you can scare yourself.
All right, Bob, well, thanks for showing us your 57 Corvette. That was just a killer ride. A lot of good info, a lot of good detail, and it just looks good just standing still. But yeah, thanks again.
You bet, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. Any other information you want to know, feel free to call.
You got it.